Hi guys, today we're going to be reviewing the Iwata HP BR Revolution airbrush. But first of all I want to say a huge thank you to the guys over at airbrushes.com who sent me out the airbrush for review. If you check the description box down below, you'll find a direct link to airbrushes.com's web store and you can go and check them out for yourselves. So taking a look around the box first of all guys, we can see on the back we've got the fact that it's got a 1/16 ounce 2cc cup, and it's a 0.3mm needle nozzle set. Also of important note is that it's got an Iwata holographic sticker on the side, as you can see there. The sticker denotes the fact that this is a genuine Iwata airbrush, and I highly recommend you picking up your airbrushes from a reputable retailer like airbrushes.com. So without further ado, let's take the airbrush out of the box and have a look inside. So taking a look inside the box guys, we'll have a look at the contents. So first of all, we've got this from airbrushes.com, which is an extension of the warranty from 5 years to 10 years on all Iwata airbrushes excluding the Iwata Neo, which is fantastic and exclusive to Iwata's bought from airbrushes.com in the UK. We also get a nice Iwata sticker for our hobby bench, and we also get a quick start guide. The contents of the box, we've got a spanner to take off the nozzle when we're cleaning our airbrush, and you can see that it's embossed with the Iwata right in there. We also get some super lube. Now the super lube is used for lubricating the airbrush trigger. So after many months of use, if the actual trigger isn't as smooth, I should say, as you normally find it to be, a little bit of super lube on the airbrush trigger will make it run nice and smoothly again. I have to add that that's a really nice touch with this airbrush set, the fact that you get the super lube to keep your airbrush running nice and smoothly for a very long time. So taking a look around the airbrush, we can see that on the one side it's engraved with Ernest Iwata, and on the other side it's engraved with Iwata Revolution BR Japan. The back of the handle's tapered in, so when you actually place it into your hand it fits nice and snugly against your thumb. It's also got a really nice trigger mechanism where the outer circumference has got grooves on, so you get a really nice grip on your finger. It also comes with a small 1.8ml airbrush cup. Now this is absolutely perfect if you want to look over your object source to the front of the airbrush, as because it's got a small cup you can see straight over the top of the airbrush, so it's brilliant for doing fine detail work. The Iwata Revolution airbrushes have the best performance and quality in their price range. They excel in all areas: the way they look, the way they feel, the way they handle, and especially the way they spray. The Iwata Revolution BR airbrush is absolutely perfect for spraying solvent paints, as it has a PTFE solvent proof packing seal, so you're going to be able to spray your alclad paints, your enamel paints and your lacquer based paints absolutely perfectly out of this Iwata Revolution BR. Now that I've talked a little bit about the Iwata Revolution BR airbrush, it's time to actually do some testing. I'm going to spray some paint on some paper to check out how thin we can get with the lines out of this 0.3mm needle nozzle airbrush, and also we're going to spray a miniature and test how well the Iwata Revolution BR can cope with a 28mm scale miniature. Okay guys, so I'm going to place some acrylic paint into the airbrush cup. Today I'm going to be using Vallejo Game Air Scarlet Red just for this test. Now I'm going to spray onto the paper with the paint and see how fine a line we can get with this airbrush. And I can get some really fine lines. And great medium pattern spray as well. Okay, so here we've got our plastic 28mm miniature, and first of all I'm going to prime it using klutz white primer and microfiller. You can get this from airbrushes.com also. This is a lacquer based paint, and because we've got a PTFE solvent proof packing seal, we're absolutely fine to spray this paint out of the airbrush. So first of all I'll give it a good shake, and then I'm going to place some in the airbrush cup. First of all I'm going to test it on the paper to see how it's spraying, and as you can see it's spraying absolutely beautifully there. Now I'm just going to spray the miniature. And as you can see guys, that's sprayed absolutely beautifully. Just gonna add a little bit of primer there to the back of the leg that I just missed. And as you can see it's still spraying absolutely fantastic out of the airbrush there on the paper. Okay guys, now I'm going to base coat the miniature using Vallejos Metal Colours Jet Exhaust. First of all I'm going to spray it on the paper just to see how it's spraying, and as you can see it's spraying really nice and smoothly. You can get some really fine lines, and we're just going to spray it on the miniature now. Just checking all around the miniature to make sure that I've sprayed all the areas. And we're going to let that dry guys, and then we're going to come back with a lighter metallic colour and we're going to highlight it. Now we're going to use Vallejo Metal Colour Aluminium. I'm just going to test the paint on some paper, and we're going to come in at about a 45-degree angle, and we're just going to highlight the top surfaces of the metallics there. This is super simple to do guys. Just going to highlight a little bit on the leg, on the knee, on the chest, and on the front of the leg, and then we're going to come back in lastly once it's dried with some wash, and we're going to really make this mini pop. Now I'm going to be placing some Games Workshop Norn oil into the airbrush cup, and we're just going to be airbrushing some of this wash onto the miniature. Okay guys, so now I'm spraying the wash onto the miniature. Now that's done guys, I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll come back in a little while and we'll talk about the airbrush. My final thoughts on the Iwata Revolution BR airbrush is it's absolutely fantastic. I love the small colour cup so I can see over the top of it and actually look at my object source, which in my case is miniatures. I also like the fact that the airbrush fits really snugly in the hand. It's brilliant at spraying out lacquer based paints, as I showed earlier when I was spraying the Alclad primer that you can get from airbrushes.com. Also, when I was spraying out the metallic paints, they sprayed absolutely beautifully, and also the wash from Games Workshop sprayed really nice too. I'd recommend this brush to beginners, intermediate and advanced, exactly the same as I recommended in the Iwata Revolution CR airbrush that I did recently. The only thing that this airbrush won't be capable of is spraying heavier media paints like your Vallejo varnishes and those sorts of paints. But everything else is going to spray absolutely beautifully, and because it's a 0.3mm needle nozzle, you're going to be able to get some super fine detail down on your miniatures. If you own an Iwata Revolution BR airbrush guys, please let others know what you think of this airbrush, or if you own any Iwata airbrush, also share your experiences with the Iwata brand. I think they're absolutely fantastic, and I think they're unrivaled in quality, performance and precision. Also, if you're actually thinking of getting into airbrushing guys, please put a comment in the comments field down below. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this. And lastly, I'd like to say a huge thank you once again to airbrushes.com who sent me out the Revolution BR airbrush for review. Please check the description box down below. You'll find a direct link to airbrushes.com's web store, and you can check out more information about the Iwata Revolution BR airbrush for yourselves. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.